Hey everybody, I'm AJ Risley, or you might know me as the Disc Golf Boy. I'm here bringing you some video coverage and commentary from the Final 9 of the Southern California Pro Disc Golf Championships in beautiful Hart Park in Bakersfield, California. Let's take a quick peek at who we will have showcased during this Final 9. With the lead coming into the Final 9, representing both Northern and Southern Arizona, is Paul Ulibarri. From Whittier, California, we've got Bobby Musick, this year's Japan Open champion and Worlds runner-up Ricky Wysocki, and from the Sacramento/Orangevale/Fair Oaks area of California, Drew Gibson. So coming into the Final 9, Paul's got a one-stroke lead over Ricky, and Bobby and Drew are in a race for third. Let's take a look at some highlights. Alright, on the first hole of the Final 9, Paul Ulibarri is going to lay down a nice roller, but it's just going to keep going left. He's asking for it to sit down, and it just doesn't want to.
Still going.
Here is Bobby's approach on the first hole. Looks pretty good. He'll have an easy 3. Ricky's going to card a 4 on that one, putting Paul up by 2. On the second hole of the Final 9, Paul puts his right under the basket. Drew looking at an uphill 20-footer, dead center. Ricky looking the other way, straight down the hill, boom. Dead center for the birdie. Here's Paul's drive on the third hole of the Final 9. The basket's going to be on the left of that road. Huge skip, nice drive. Drew's got about 45 feet, and the crowd loves it. Here he is again on the fourth hole of the Final 9, showing everybody how to throw a textbook rock shot. Ricky's going to be left with about 60 feet, and he hits high chains and sticks. That's going to be his first of many big putts. It's going to help him get back in this one. Another perfect drive by Drew on the fifth hole of the Final 9. Bobby's first up to putt. And the crowd loves it. Paul's next up. Boom, slams it in. And here is Ricky's response. Ooh, just in. Ricky answers with another big putt. And here is Drew's shot right next to the basket. The sixth hole of the Final 9's a long one. You can see it hiding right behind that tree on the left. Bobby lets one rip, and he gets a lovely skip. He'll be set up for a putt. Here's Ricky from about 70 feet. Little nose up. Boom! And that will put him in a tie for first with Paul Ulibarri. This is the seventh hole of the Final 9. You can see the bright neon green basket hiding behind the tree on the right. Drew Gibson lays out a big forehand, and he makes the putt from about 25 feet. Ricky was absolutely parked. He'll get the birdie and move ahead by one stroke. On the eighth hole of the Final 9, Bobby Musick throwing an Atlas, puts it right down the middle, and he is parked. Ricky makes his birdie putt, and Paul answers with another high left sticker. Now here's where things get interesting. The last hole of the Final 9, a par 5 combining 2 holes. Ricky is up by 1 over Paul, and his drive hits a branch, keeps rolling, but he's going to lose a lot of distance. Paul steps up. He's going to opt for the air shot on the right side. A little low, but still gets out there pretty good. Ricky's going to play his second shot. Nice big hyzer. Gets over the OB road, and a nice skip to the left. Paul is going to throw a similar shot over the road. Looks good, looking for a skip, but not really. Ricky's third shot is coming in hot. I'm going to pause it here just for a second to show you where the basket is. It's right there, that blue pole. It's an elevated basket, about 3 to 5 feet higher than normal. Ricky's shot is going to skip away to the right, and he's going to be left with about a 30-footer. Paul throws the same forehand approach. Looks like it's coming in and right under the basket. Ricky's putt for 4 and for the win. Oh, sails over it and to the left. Ricky will tap in for 5. And Paul will tap in for 4, and it looks like we've got a tie after the final 9. Ricky and Paul will move back to the first hole of the final 9 for a sudden death playoff. Paul's going to go with the same approach. Lays down a roller. And this time it's going to end up on the right side of the basket. Ricky's going to go with a beautiful hyzer flip. It's definitely got the power, but it's fading off left. Paul with his patented step putt approach sails over the right side. This is Ricky's first opportunity for the win. Oh, and just a bit low. Paul and Ricky will both tap in their 3s and move on to the second hole. Paul going with the same approach. Oh, and he almost puts it in. Ricky throwing a really nice shot as well. And I think he hit the pole. Ricky making a nice routine putt. Paul landed right under the basket, so Ricky picks it up. Paul would later go ahead and re-tap that putt in, just to be on the safe side. Now here's the third hole of the playoff. Paul rips another great drive all the way down the hill. It's going to fade left towards the basket across the road. Ricky's going to do the same, except his shot flips a little bit over. He's going to land on the right side of the road, which will still be in bounds. I walked down the hill with these guys, but Ricky was just too quick. He set up from about 120 feet out and slammed his putt in for the win. There he is walking away. Mike Williams giving him a big high five. There's Paul's putt. He was about 100 feet out. Well, there you have it. Ricky comes from behind in the final 9, stringing together some huge putts, and he tops it off with an amazing 120-footer. That's what Patrick Brown is estimating, 120 feet, give or take. Also a great performance by Paul Ulibarri, Drew Gibson, and Bobby Musick during this final 9. Great shooting this weekend, guys. Also a huge thank you to Rocky Brown, Blake Williams, Kevin Mays, and everybody else in the Bakersfield disc golf scene for helping make this event possible. I'm AJ Risley. I hope you enjoyed this coverage and some of my commentary, and I hope to be bringing more of it to you in the future. Back to you, Terry and Johnny.